Well, the gap between rich and poor nations is widening exponentially. According to a new UN report, the global plan agreed in Seville last year to close this divide and meet the development goals is falling short. At the core of the problem is a massive $4 trillion annual financing gap for developing countries, a gap that remains largely unaddressed. The warning comes just ahead of key meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Well, the report highlights a sharp deterioration in global support for developing economies. In 2025, just last year, 25 countries cut development aid, leading to a 23% drop, the largest decline on record. The United States alone accounted for a 59% fall in aid, with a further 5.8% decline expected in 2026. Now, this comes at a time when developing nations are already struggling with debt, climate shocks, and limited access to financing. The UN warns that geopolitical tensions are now making it even harder for these countries to attract capital. Well, beyond funding, rising trade barriers are adding to the pressure. Tariffs on exports from the world's poorest nations have jumped from 9% to 28% in just 1 year. For developing countries, excluding China, tariffs have risen to 19% from just 2%. And at the same time, the global growth outlook is darkening, with the IMF warning that the Iran war is adding fresh uncertainty. Without urgent reforms and stronger global cooperation, the world risks falling even further behind on its development goals.